Okay, I'm here. Sorry, I was talking to BB and Irie. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Hello. I kind of sang that. That was weird. Okay, moving on. It's also like 5 p.m. on a Monday, so I don't even know why I'm saying good morning. Yeah, no, that was wrong. Hi, chat. Hello. Hi. What beautiful weather we're having. And what a privilege it is for me to be here, streaming and spending time with all of you. I've had a pretty eventful Monday so far. Well, not me personally. My life personally has been very boring, but I guess it's the world surrounding me that's been very exciting. Chris, thank you for 36 months. Can't believe how fast these 3 years went. It may be cliche, but it's true that time flies while having fun. Dizzy Love, thank you so much, Chris. Glad to have you for these last 3 years. Paraspins, thank you for becoming a love bug. Thank you, and thank you for all the gifted memberships in the butter in a pre-stream chat. Hello, hi. But yeah, I've had a pretty eventful Monday so far. My neighbors got a new pet. That was really exciting. I can tell because they set up like the cage on their balcony this morning. So I've been periodically going out on my deck to see what sort of progress they've made. They definitely think I'm a fucking weirdo. It's deck season. It's deck season here. And turns out, I think it's a new neighbor. I can't tell. I'm not face blind, but I try not to stare. But we're both out on our decks pretty often. And whenever I go out there, it's like the middle of the day and I'm like talking to birds. And they don't know I stream, so I probably just look like a weird homeless person talking to birds. Listen, mental illness expresses itself in many different ways, okay? It's better this. It's better me being schizophrenic than me going outside and stabbing people. Is that what you want, chat? You want me to become a stabber, a serial stabber? Because when it happens, and it will happen if that's what you're encouraging me to do, and a drama slopper reports on it, you will be implicated, okay? They will pull up the stream. It will get clipped, okay? You personally. Yeah, you. Can you tell I watched Obsession this weekend? But anyways, yeah, I love animals, man. So whatever sort of pet they got, it's effectively mine, especially if they plan on raising it on the balcony. Because I'm just gonna build up my throwing arm. I'm just gonna, whatever it turns out to be, I'm just gonna be launching snacks over there, you know? I accept responsibility. Good, you should. You should. You're a grown bug. I'm innocent. You'll be implicated. Don't worry. Do not eat the baby. I'm not eating the baby. I'm eating stuff at the baby. Food stuff. So hopefully it's food motivated. And has a good long jump. And maybe a high jump. And maybe that too. I don't know. I really like animals, guys, unless it's an axolotl. I'm actually not very big on axolotls. Something about them is kind of scary to me. Like, I don't know if you know this, chat, but the ones you see on the internet, they're like the top 1% of axolotls. They're kind of alien looking. Yeah, they are. They are. There's an axolotl on the pink stairs. Is an axolotl supposed to be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. I've seen a lot of axolotls in person in my lifetime. I spent a lot of time at aquariums. Yeah, they're not that cute. They're not that cute. You guys are being tricked by social media. You are seeing the influencers of axolotl world. And they're tricking you. They're making you think that's what all axolotls look like, but that's just not true. Are they tasty? I've never tried one, and I don't think I really want to. I don't know. I feel like it would sit weird. What about cappies? What's a cappy? Always tricked by a big axolotl on the pink stairs. Sorry. VTuber vocal tech. You guys understand, right? But yeah, I'm really curious about what sort of animal it's gonna be. I don't think it's a dog crate, but the cage seems pretty big. And especially if we're planning to raise it outside, because they haven't moved the cage at all. So I'm really, really excited. I like animals a lot, guys. And it's like I have a perfect view of it. I have a perfect view of it from my deck. And I already spent a lot of time there. So it's just going to be like, visuals plus 10. Visuals plus 11. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be a monkey. A Reese monkey? I don't think we're allowed exotic pets here. I think I looked it up. I think I looked it up because I was going for a phase with monkeys. Like, unironically. Maybe a mini pig. Maybe a mini pig. I have known a person who owns one. But do they need cages? I think they're pretty smart. A turtle would be fun. Turtles are kind of terrible animals to raise, I feel like. They live forever. So they live a really, really long time. And I feel like we're actually quite high maintenance. And it's hard to get their health checked. Gallus Demek is KP Tech Priest. Thank you for our $5. I have like 3 groundhogs in my backyard if you want one. That's not quite a pet, but they are quite cute. Yeah. They're smart too. Well, they're slow, so you win some, you lose some. I think snapping turtles were a really popular pet for a long time, and they're actually a super invasive species. I own a turtle. They aren't that hard to manage. Is that living a good life? Groundhogs are susceptible to rabies. Aren't people too? I don't think we humanoids really get to judge anything that's susceptible to rabies. Because I think it kills us. And maybe them less. The monsters think you're $2. You try not to stare, Dizzy. You are a voyeur. I try not to get caught staring. It's very different. You can be a voyeur and you can be polite about it. What about this do you not understand? Evangela Man, thank you for $1.99. Late tax, I miss Dizzy, thank you. Red Hair Cross, thank you for 22 months. Where does the time go? It's been really fun being here, Bug Lady. Thank you, Red Hair Cross. Alex Stormbringer, thank you for 24 months. 2 years of Dizzler. I'm a bit late to withdraw, but I've truly enjoyed my time with you and love bugs. 2 years is still a very long time. Very, very long. Insect Devil, thank you for $5. The best pet is a pet cat or a pet tarantula, but you might want to settle for a pet rock respectfully. I've had pets. It's been a really long time. EP Raid. Hi, Sleepy. Hello. Greetings, fellow elf ear. Greetings. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome back. I'm happy to have you home. I don't know if you're actually home yet, but I'm happy to have you back on streams. ピンクスの酒を届けに行くよ。海風、君風、波任せ。潮の向こうで夕日も騒ぐ。空に泡をかく鳥の歌。やっほーやっほーやっほーやっほー Hi, Raiders. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good Monday. We just started yapping. I hope you enjoyed catching up with Sleepy on streams. And we're talking about pets and animals and stuff. And Mondays and Sundays and Saturdays too. Hello, hello, hello. Is this a pirate song? What gave it away? Was it the yo ho ho yo ho 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 yo ho ho yo ho ho ho? I just snapped my neck. I'm too old for choreographed joy. Osteoporosis? That's a crazy diagnosis. I don't know. I'm hoping I just need to stretch. Don't let the whimsy flame die out. I'm not sure what's gonna go out first, the flame or my fucking knees. Hello, hello, hello. Need more calcium. I had milk this morning. Well, I had a protein shake, which has 750 milligrams of calcium, which is 58% of my daily value. I have an empty bottle on my desk because I'm a mess. Hello, Miss Popcorn Man. Thank you for 32 months. Hearing you sing a lot more is nice. You really improved, even though you'll say otherwise. Honestly, I feel like I sound like a drunken grandpa a lot of the times, but thank you for the support. The monsters, thank you for $2. But I feel like I've been doing raid songs for forever. Thank you for $2. What's your favorite critter to see at the aquariums? Whatever's in breeding season. I have a whole gallery on my phone of different animals having sex. There's butterflies. I have this rare photo of 2 butterflies getting it on. I have seahorses. I have frogs. I have like 4 different types of frogs. Like several frogs. Yes. Miss Dizzy, it's science. It's scientific. Frogs are fucking horny, man. Sorry. But it's true. If you've ever, like, I've gone on during mating season to the aquarium. I've gone off season. Frogs always be fucking. There's never been a time where I went to the aquarium and I didn't see 2 frogs having sex. So frogs be fucking. The frogs be fucking. Tadpoles gotta come from somewhere. Exactly. Sup, Terrastars? Thank you for 13 months. Crazy topic to open stream with. I've been streaming for 17 minutes. Very topical since the Sleepy raid. Oh, my bad, Sleepy. I'm sorry about this is how you found out that frogs be fucking. But, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense how your baby frog is always a baby frog. Because turns out maybe it's not just one baby frog, maybe it's several baby frogs. And then they grow up and then they start fucking and they reproduce and they make you a new baby frog. And so that mascot is just constantly switched in and out of diapers. So you never know, because it turns out that it wasn't that your mascot wasn't aging, it's that it was replaced every like 3 months by its own mom and dad. New lore, make it canon! Close your ears, Sleepy. Please leave my little brother alone. Dizzy, that's your brother. Little brothers, maybe even sons. Crazy lady harassing with frogs. Hey, don't think you guys are special. Don't think you guys are special. I got the butterflies. I got the seahorses. I got some fish fucking too. I'm a scholar of the animal kingdom. Can you really call what fish do fucking? No, I guess it's fertilizing if anything. But it still need to watch. Yeah, seahorses are quite special in that way, to be fair. What you have to do if you want to see a seahorse fucking is you have to have a very good zoom. Because it's rarer to see the big ones because there's less of them at the aquarium. But if you go to the aquarium exhibits that have really tiny seahorses and zoom up, there's like hundreds, if not thousands. If you zoom the fuck up, if your eyes are like, if you get your head in the game, chat, if you get your head in the game and you just spend like a good 30-40 minutes there, you will see seahorses having sex. Yes, Dizzy's voice is like ear candy. What an odd thing to say at such an odd time. Thank you. But yeah, she's ready for Disco Elysium. Is there animal exhibitions in Disco Elysium? What? Now I am intrigued. But yeah, hi if you're just coming in. I'm just talking about with my day, my weekend right now. What were we on? We were on axolotls. My neighbor's got a new pet. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to start feeding it. Hopefully they don't call the cops on me. I would never poison an animal, okay? I will make sure to buy the healthiest, yummiest, goodest freeze-dried treats or whatever the hell is recommended via Reddit, okay? I just have to figure out what that damn thing is. Evangela Man, thank you for a 199. Lude, in which way? Combat Wombat, thank you for 2 currency. Dizzy in the corner chair heckling at seahorses. You think I'm in the chair? You think I'm in the chair? My face is up there. The only thing separating me from the animals is a glass screen. Are you serious? Come on, chat, get it together. Bet B. Kirkcaxton, thank you for the 20 currency. Your outfit makes a lot more sense now. Does it? What are you trying to imply, chat? What are you trying to imply? But still only watching, that is true. I admit that, yeah. I'm a camera person. Exactly. I'm distributed. Well, no. All the photos are for me. Sometimes I show my friends. What's their reaction? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to feel judged. You're making me feel judged. Do they ask first? Of course not. Anyways, hi. Hello. Oh, I totally forgot. Hi, love bugs. I've missed you. Did you miss me? Steven, thank you for over 25 months. How do I always join stream to such a freaky conversation? Never change, Dizzler. It's like half the content on these streams. JD Snakes, thank you for over 18 months. In Power World, if you sleep on the same bed as a pal, I've heard there's a chance of an egg. Okay, just because I have a fucking phone gallery of different animals mating in nature doesn't mean that I want to be one of those animals necessarily, unless it is Paris Hilton's dogs, because those dogs have a better life than most people, and in which case she is a very responsible pet owner. Honestly, she's trying to make it so her dogs live forever, so I'd probably be spayed immediately. No eggs in my bee's natch. Thank Thank you, Paris Hilton. They all die. Not the ones that get cloned. Those technically live forever. New Gods King, thank you for $5. Sometimes what, huh? Sometimes what? The stream has devolved. Laugh my ass off. What are you talking about? We're talking about a very scientific topic. Cloning. And dog eugenics. You know, we're very close to perfect puppy, like perfect dog clones, right? Like very, very close. Which means people are next. And that's always exciting. You gonna clone BB? I mean, she might be a clone herself. Have you seen Irie? Have you seen the two of them together? It's basically the same person. Which they are blowing up my DMs, so I'm getting like mad FOMO from them right now. But yeah. Dizzy, have you played Eugenics by chance? I think I might have 100%ed the game. Let me check. I play a lot of this game off stream. No, I have 130 out of 281 achievements, and my playtime is 154 hours. I usually like to have something that I play in bed. I started playing Traveler's Rest last night. It's still in early access, and I'm very early in. But I was trying to find a cozy, kind of like a comfy cozy game to play all weekend. But it's so hard. That genre of video game is so watered down now by slop. And I'm not talking about like your regular piss slop. I'm talking about like I'm talking about like bottom of the barrel story of season farming game copies. I'm talking about some of the worst writing, which like the whole point of this genre, I feel like, is the writing, is the characters. But now you're getting like these farming simulators, which are essentially just like 20 generic NPC dating candidates. Like, yeah, you can date the whole town, but the whole town fucking sucks, you know? Is it shovelware kind of slot? I would say that a lot of retro, I want to say like early to mid 2000s shovelware is better than what is left in the cozy game genre. But yeah, I went for a lot of reading, a lot of research to find something good this week. I know there's a new like vampire farming simulator out that's getting a lot of press and hype. I think it was best selling on Steam for a weekend or something. But like the more I looked into it, the less and less appealing it seemed. I don't know. They like try too hard. It's mostly aesthetics. But the genre is heavily carried by a look and an aesthetic and a lifestyle, and less so about story, gameplay, or any of that, you know? Like very high on quality of life, but like very low on everything else. Yeah, sounds about right. Do you want something specific or just something good? I have certain things I like. out of game like that. Like between Stardew Valley and Story of Seasons, Harvest Moon, I'll probably choose a Harvest Moon game because it does look a little bit better. So I think to an extent, aesthetics do matter. But I think good writing is number one for me. And then to an extent, there has to be some level of risk, I guess. Like, let's say, for example, let's say I don't water my crops for a day. then we're all going to dry up. I need some sort of mechanic like that to hold my interest. I don't like those games where it's just like, or like games with rival love interests. Those are really good. I don't like it when it's like too easy, which is ironic considering it's like cozy gaming, but consequences. I need consequences to keep me going. Yeah, I need stakes in it. There has to be something to keep you from getting lazy. Exactly. Like, I really liked Pokopia. But I think I lost a lot of interest in that game because there were no stakes. Like, once you started, like, okay, if you didn't rebuild the society, right? If you didn't start terraforming this world, the Pokemon would just stay asleep. And then hopefully the humans would come back down and find them eventually, right? But if you did terraform it just enough, we're all wild animals. So we're fine. We'll figure it out. Same thing with Tomodachi Life. There's just like no stakes to it. Yeah. Have you looked at Coral Island or Paleo Pines? I've heard of the Coral Island games. I have. But I haven't pulled the trigger on any of them. Unlike DQ Builders where you need to rebuild to save the world. But DQ Builders I hear is just a clunkier game. So I feel like I'll have a hard time adjusting to it. I also like... It's so snobby, but sometimes I'm like really resistant to it, like older titles for some reason. Like objectively, old Harvest Moon games are better than the newer Story of Season games. But I just have like such a hard time pulling the trigger on purchasing them for whatever reason. That being said, if they ever remake the Story of Seasons games that were on the Switch, not the Switch, the Wii, chat, you're not gonna see me for a few weeks. Chat, like I'm sorry, but you're not gonna see me for a few weeks, okay? I loved those games. Understandable. Locked in. Locked out, okay? No, locked out. I'm gonna be like the worst. I'm going to be the worst version of myself when I come back, okay? It's gonna be I'm gonna disappear for 2 weeks without any notice. You might get a tweet that just says Animal Parade. And then you'll see me come back half a month later. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but like I lost half my hair and I haven't slept in a while. And I can't remember the last time that I ate lunch. Sounds about right. What would happen? I would 100% Animal Parade. That's what would happen. I would complete the game. Like a hibernating bear waking up. Yeah, and I'll be... and I'll have like eaten grass. I'll have eaten grass for a week in preparation. So that I can stay longer at the controls. You feel me? Kusa, thank you for the 19 months. When I see you IRL, I'm gonna tell you nice shoe. Why do I only have one? Insect Devil, thank you for $2. How much for a Dizzy clone? I don't know, we gotta save Paris Hilton's dogs before that. Only then will we have the technology. Yes. Dizzy, you aren't a cow, you can't digest grass. I think that is the point. I think that perhaps might be the point. You will unlock photosynthesis so you don't have to eat while you play. There was a while in my childhood where I thought I could truly unlock photosynthesis. Instead, I just got a really bad sunburn. Filter feed. Yippee! Your animal knowledge is scary. Is it? I don't know. I think it's healthy to be curious about the world. No? Speaking of scared though, I did go out today. And I've mentioned this before. I don't live in, a white picket fence neighborhood or anything. I'm in a more affordable area of my city. But it's not like I've ever felt not safe walking around outside. There's always people there. And if you don't bother anyone, no one really bothers you. But today was the first time I felt any sense of real danger. And the crazy thing is, it was all in my car. I was driving back from looking at new gyms, and I passed by these two kids fighting. And they looked like they were probably related to each other, but they were fighting like really hard. Like they were going at it. And it was a bit concerning. And I'm not wound up enough to interfere in a situation like that. Just because it's like, one, kids will be kids, and two, who the fuck am I? Like, who the fuck do I think I am to be interfering in someone else's business, right? But as I drive up a little closer, okay, I realize that these kids are actually with an adult who I assume is their dad, and he's like squatting. He's like full on, like hands on, because one hand is on his phone. He's like hand on his knee, squatting with a camera and videotaping their fight. And like, I'm Canadian, right? My brain is programmed to look away from people making a scene. Gut instinct is to look away and pretend nothing is happening, because otherwise it would be rude. But since these kids are fighting with supervision, and they're fighting really hard, shirts are getting yanked, punches are being thrown, I'm like, okay, if this is for content, then it's officially a televised event. And so I start braking slowly so I can keep watching them. I don't stop or pull over because I think that's a little too far, But like, I'm like trying not to make it obvious that I'm watching this right now while I drive. And as I drive away finally while watching them still through the rear view mirror, the dad's still filming. All of this. My first thought is just like, damn. I hope I see this on the internet later. I hope it sends up on my algorithm! It was so crazy. And like, talking about it now, I'm really wondering in hindsight if the kids are like being exploited, which would make me feel horrible. Or if I just passed by like a one-time incident, like if this was a Christmas miracle, but it's July 13th. Both are still bad. Don't brat me. I understand that both are still bad, but I would definitely feel worse about the former compared to the latter. I don't know. Such an interesting thing. I kind of wish I filmed it. I kind of wish, but that would have been BM on me. I guess the whole thing. There was no. What's the polite way of handling a situation? Drive faster? Call the cops? Like, what if uploading videos of your children fighting is the only way this family supports themselves, Yeah, honk at them for morale. Unfortunately, I'm not a trucker. Drive faster, hit someone, and give them more content. Oh, my bad. I should have helped them feed more mouths. You're right. Such an interesting experience, But yeah, I also drove past a grocery store that was restocking an entire unattended pallet of potato chips. And for that, I actually almost stopped the car and got out because, you know, possessed by the spirit of Porky the Pig. That's all, folks. Free chips, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you are, listen, you are a big, probably multi-billion-dollar grocery store. I don't know if grocery stores make $1 billion. I'm just spitballing here, right? If you are leaving entire pallets unattended, you're just asking for it at that point. Yeah. What kind of chips are we talking about here? Potato. I don't know if it had multiple flavors, but I saw the palette and I got a little excited. RB Grizzly, thank you for $2. Dizzy, are you really looking for a new gym? Yeah, I wasn't lying about that. Yeah, I'm not joking, chat. Why would I be? I don't have any allegiance to this gym. It's a fucking gym, chat. Damn, boss, that's crazy. People leave their gyms for less. People leave their gyms for less. You know, maybe I also want to find one with, I don't know what gyms offer as a service. A smoothie bar. The fuck? Saunas? That would be nice, probably. I don't know how often I'd use it. Why is that the first thing you thought of, chat? But change is scary. I don't know. Does it have a bench and a squat rack? Yes, then we're good. I'm practicing my dead hang right now, actually. I'm working on my grip strength. This is the first time I'm back to upper body this week, because my wrist is finally feeling better. But I'm working on dead hang because I want to improve my grip and forearm strength because I do not want to get injured like that again. But this is like the first time I'm doing grip or forearm strengthening, and it's like entirely new muscle groups for me. So anything I do like that, I even lift like a 5-pound weight for my forearms, I'm just like, ah! Like I'm shaking, it's so bad. Songs are legit the only reason for a gym membership. You know, there's also wanting to use the gym. Be sure to do over and under grip for dead hangs. You have to do both? You have to do both? The start is always the worst part, for sure. But I still prefer doing upper body over legs any day, so. I might actually come out looking like Popeye by the end of this. We'll see. Also, in case someone with abnormally strong thumbs checks them, you'll be prepared. Exactly. I'll just like backhand them, and I'll just be like, sorry, it's a reflex, chat. Sorry, it's a reflex. I don't know why I said chat. Dizzy getting a pull-up bar at home when? I'd have to like find a place to put it. I don't know if I have anywhere. I don't have a lot of space. I don't have a lot of space, honestly. Have you tried rock climbing to help train your arm grip? No, actually. I want to do... This is kind of like a weird and awkward thing to admit, but like recently I've wanted to do some form of education again. It's weird and awkward because like I feel like I'm a little bit too old. And I know I'm always encouraging you guys by saying you're never too old for education, and in theory I agree, but like in practice it feels it does feel strange being in a room full of people younger than you, right? So I've just like, I don't know, I've been looking at like Pilates or yoga instructor certifications, And like I'm just like thinking about like different fun stuff I could try. I don't know. I really like getting certificates. I really like getting certificates for things. No such thing as too old, you got this. Not the young. No, exactly. It's scary. Like, what if they talk to me? What if they look at me? What if they think I'm one of them? Okay, I won't push it. I'll stop pushing it, chat. I felt weird when I was 6 to 8 years older than my whole class, but that disappeared in 1 month. Oh, that's nice. There was a woman in her 60s in my college class. Well, there's like, it's like a bell curve, right? It's like a bell curve. If you're the same age as everyone or younger, it's like automatically cool or accepted, right? And then like you're a little bit older than them, that's fine. 10 years older, looking kind of weird. 20 years older, you might have to start asking answering some questions there. And then you're like 30, 40 years older, or you're practically the grandparent. And it's just like, yeah, you're class mom. You're awesome. Everybody loves you, okay? Because, you know, you probably bring cookies and snacks or something into class. And that's fucking awesome. It's a bell curve. Inferno Saxon, thank you for $2. I'm in the same boat, older, going back to school. I would just be doing it for fun. I think I'm okay in terms of career, but like, one thing I've learned about myself, especially in the last year, is I think I actually really enjoy being active. Like, I really enjoy doing things and working jobs where I have to actually move my body. I'm like a total desk monkey. I don't think I was meant to be a desk monkey. I just ended up here. So it's like, it'd be nice to like, you know, get some certifications and work part-time doing that, you know? No one is. That's true. Like, the world has really programmed us against our nature. Rock climbing would be great then. It's just so yuppie. It's such a yuppie activity. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like nervous. It feels so normy. It's so Silicon Valley coded, you know? I already worked in tech. I don't need one more notch in my bedpost. I'm gonna wake up one morning in a fucking black turtleneck. I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm gonna look like a fucking Steve Jobs cosplayer. Steve Jobs! You could invent the next big thing. Whoa! Clenched fist push-ups also strengthen the wrist. You are assuming I can do a fucking push-up? Big assumptions going on there, chat. Big assumptions. Elizabeth Holmes, Dizzy. What does it say when I could see it for myself, but I really don't like it? What does that mean? Just do a knee push-up. I can do a knee push-up. I could do an elevator. I tried today because I want to be really careful with my wrist. And I can get down, but I can't get down all the way on, like, for a regular push-up. I'm about halfway there. So I don't count it yet. I don't count it. When I can get down to where it's like maybe an inch of space, then I'll count it, you know? Or when I can like start laying down on the floor and then push up, then I will count that as a proper push-up. Yes. One thing at a time. Yeah. I gotta build strength back up in my arms, I think. Not getting the 45 degree. No, not quite. RB Grizzly, thank you for $5. Dizzy, what about a sprat? rope access ticket, or wielding or scuba diving. I'm pretty sure underwater wielding is like one of the most dangerous career paths in the world. Why do you anti? Why do you hate me? What did I do to you? Why, chat? Why? Pays really well, though. Not at the cost of my own life. Not at the cost of my own life, please. Anything but that. To help make content. Follow along with me, chat, as we dive underground and do some wielding. Could you imagine the voiceover? That would be pretty cool, not gonna lie. That would also require years of training, not gonna lie. I'm blind, what's happening? Welding apparently. Just think if you dive, you could see the fish do the deed, and well, that is true. I don't know, it's about what drone development is for. I should get a drone license. If I got a drone license, I could catch all sorts of things having You need a license in my area, yes. I believe that under a certain size, it's okay. And then over a certain size, you need to have a license for it. And then any area that is a plain zone is a no-go, something like that. But people still fly them. I see them at the beaches sometimes. Yeah, the 300G in Ontario, if I recall. Dizzy drone strike time. Hey, I would use it only for espionage. I mean, aren't drones expensive? I guess most hobbies are, though. Most hobbies are. You know, the ones that are more affordable, I feel like I've already... Can I call myself a master in any hobbies? I read. Reading can be quite affordable. Reading can be quite affordable, especially now. Books used to cost more. It used to be a privilege to have an education. Now it's just like a weird little side quest. Silversmithing is very expensive. I have not been able to cast anything. The fucking price of silver nowadays. Fuck me, dude. What else? What else do I enjoy doing? I tried gardening for a while. I still have a couple of house plants that are doing fine. I probably need to repot, resoil them. What else? I built my deck. I would probably do woodworking if it was more... If I had a bigger space. But like, it's just not feasible for city living. Not even city living, apartment living, small room living. What else? Wait, you made silver jewelry? That's cool as fuck. I had a phase. I know a lot of things. I don't know. I feel like I'm always trying to find things that I'm passionate about, but the truth is I'm just not that passionate about very much. So instead I just like go for all these like little hobbies or activities very fast. Skating, I've been skating recently. Skating's fucking expensive. Skating costs a lot. It's an initial cost though, so it's not bad. Like afterwards, after you buy all the equipment, it's free. Yeah. Too many hobbies is such a vibe, right? RC cars? No, I used to build Gunpla quite a bit. I like Gunpla. I've never done minis. I've never been minis, but I suppose I have all the equipment for it. Anyways, the varnish and paint for nails is essentially very good for painting like figures and minis. So if you guys ever want a cheaper option, there you go. Silver Dogs, thank you for the 199. Which phase coffee is best for espresso? Cleo's is pretty good. Cleo's is pretty good. I have to make a report to her actually. I've been telling her. I told her that I've been drinking her coffee and I quite enjoy it. I do have to make a report to her because I have an updated opinion. I have an updated opinion on Cleo's coffee. Still very good. Have it before you brush your teeth in the morning. I have never had a worse coffee breath in my life. I've never had a worse case of coffee breath in my life. And it's like prolonged, like it sits. Even after you brush, it just sits there. It's very strong, yes. I'm thinking about trying out phase coffee so I could experiment on them, but I'm thinking about which one I should get first. Cleo's is very strong. An inoffensive one would be Jellies. It's also good for espresso. I usually drink espresso, if you guys are wondering. I usually make myself lattes in the morning. And then mine's okay. Mine's very mild. It's a dark blend roast and it's lower caffeine, so if you don't like a strong espresso, that's my recommendation. But otherwise, I would probably say Jellies is a really good start. Mari's I like, but it's definitely an acquired taste. Those are like the four that I rotate the most right now. It's Cleo, Mari's, mine, and Jellies. Mari is the skill issue coffee. It's true. If you make a bad batch, it's game over. GG's. I like Erica's coffee. I don't think I've tried Erica's actually. I should. Which one's the strongest? Cleo's for sure. Who else have I tried? I really love Saya's coffee. I'm like so sad. I'm like heartbroken that I can't get it anymore. But like Saya's coffee was like A1. It was so good. It was so good. Saya! Saya, come back to me so I can drink your coffee. How's Rini's coffee? Heard it was good. It's better as like a brewed cup of coffee than espresso. So I like it if I'm just making coffee, and then I don't like it as much in espresso, if that makes sense. The method of brew is different. Pain Peckle, for real. Isn't Sleepy's coffee decaf? Yes, and that's why I haven't tried it yet. Nasa's is also pretty nice as a pour over. Oh, I like Nasa's in general. I think it's on a low shelf though, so I don't usually gravitate towards it because I would have to bend down to pick it up. There might be a slight convenience element to this. There might just be a slight convenience element to all of this. Ever thought of adding condensed milk to your coffee? I don't like it too sweet. I think like the sugar from like regular milk is good enough for me, and then I don't sweeten it past that. If I want something really sweet, I'll just go to Starbucks and buy the bitchiest drink I can. One time, there was a year of my life where I felt really cunt. like when girls talk about like sexiness or feeling attractive, it's not always about looks, chat. It's not purely a visual thing. Sometimes it's just like a vibe, the soul. There was one summer many moons ago where I was going to Starbucks like every day. And I'd walk in there, and I think one time, the first time I did it, I was like very shy about it. I was just like, give me a bitchy drink recommendation. And the cashier was like, what? Like, she's never heard this before, and she was just like, oh my god, I love that. And I felt so hot. I felt so hot after the experience. And then like, I just repeated that shit every day that summer. And it was always like some sort of caramel frappuccino or like chai tea latte. Like they'd switch it up depending on the Starbucks I went to. But like the cashiers always got a good kick out of it. And I felt like, and these girls were laughing with me, not at me. And I was just like, yeah, I'm finally hot. I finally feel hot. No shame summer. Exactly. And that's what girls mean when they're just like, yeah, I feel sexy. Yeah, I feel like I just ordered a bitchy drink from Starbucks. Oh dang, you slay queen. Okay, don't lay it on too thick, but yes, that's basically what happened. Confidence is one hell of a drug. Nothing can ever replace the confidence given to me by that one Starbucks employee. God bless her heart. I hope she's somewhere better than Starbucks now. If I ever find you again, mysterious woman, I will offer you a job at the Phase Cafe. Little Miss Popcorn Man, thank you for $2. And then she woke up. Stop! Those baristas saved this company? Possibly. Maybe it's the lack of those baristas is why I'm here. You know? Life actually might have taken a huge nosedive when I moved away from Starbucks. The highlight of your life, like when a guy gets complimented by a girl years and years ago. Kind of. Is this my experience? Is this what you guys hold on to? She could cosplay as Lumi at the Phase Cafe. She was a brunette, so she might have to cosplay Irie or BB. Creepy how I know that, huh? Creepy how I remember that. Yes, it's like that. What's the compliment that you guys received tens of years ago that you still hold on to? What is it, chat? What is it? I think that might be it for me. I think it was probably the Starbucks barista for me. A girl complimented my haircut 2 years ago, still riding that high. Pretty eyes. Oh, pretty eyes is an elite compliment. I think if a guy gets told pretty eyes, whoever told you that, she has mad game. Don't trust her. You can feel complimented. You can feel nice, but she has mad game. Okay, she's a master. She's a Rizzler. Okay. I get semi-frequent hair compliments, but only from old ladies. It's nipple length, medium, curly, dark, red. Nipple length is a crazy detail to add. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Got complimented on my nails 2 weeks ago. I'm still conflicted. Healthy nail beds are good. A couple months back, a girl that was with a guy told me I had nice hair. Oh, she fucking hates him. The Fudge Beat Cat, thank you for $5. Will the phase girl be making their own foot juice next FazeCon, or will you outsource to that fan again? No more foot juice, chat. No more foot juice. That was a bit for the last stream. Monstrous, thank you for $2. When you called me a sweetie that one time, that's not a compliment. Thank you. I got told I had nice long eyelashes once and it stuck. That's a really good. That's genetic like gold right there. That's genetic gold. Jelly complimented my hair at FaceCon meet and greet. Aww, that's sweet. Bruh, what? What, chat, what? Does uncultured swine count? Combat Wombat, thank you for 5 currency. Classmates stared me down and told me I look cute when I first got my glasses at 11. I am 34 now, and I think about her every 3 to 4 days. There. Yeah, that's a universal canon event for guys, I think. Okay, but at that age, when you're that old, be honest, chat. Were any of you actually interested in girls? Oh. It seems I unfortunately have a chat full of lover boys. Could I interest you, chat, in some Pokemon instead? Lover bugs, we're lover bugs. Don't call us love bugs for nothing. That's true. Oh, you'll take with Digimon? No, those are my Digimon. Those are mine. Mine, get away. Those are mine. I'm gatekeeping here. Demonio, thank you for $5. You already called me princess at a meet and greet at FaceCon. That'll stick with me for a while. You're just getting called all the names, Demonio. You're just getting called names left and right at FaceCon. Dizzy cursed with the straightest chat. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Evangela Man, thank you for $1.99. Is that not why you call us love bugs? No, but you know, if that helps you sleep at night. Sure. Whatever. Ariel, thank you for currency. Don't pity us. You made a boy open your water bottle. Yes. And? High school is different, okay? That is an appropriate age. Okay? When I was that age, when I was like 10 years old, I was eating sand, chat. My main interest until the teen years, when the hormones started going crazy, was unironically crafting the perfect sand food and eating sand. Which is probably why I turned out the way that I am. It was a good texturally, honestly. Some of it was not that bad. That explains a lot, to be honest. No, I actually remember my first love. I remember my first love in growing up. It was not Kai from Beyblade. But it was the tiger guy. What is his name? What is his name? White tigers. Ray Khan. It was Ray Khan from Beyblade, season 1. I thought he was so cute. And then they introduced like a little girlfriend for him. And then I just like, you know, like something like it just went horribly wrong for me. It just all went downhill after that. Like, why? Like, imagine falling in love for the first time with a fictional character, and you're probably thinking to yourself, like, yeah, this is fictional. There's no way they can hurt me. Turns out he has a canon girlfriend! And so I never loved again. Just, okay, 5 episodes later, canon girlfriend! What the fuck, chat? What the fuck? Sit in the chair, Dizzy! To a children's cartoon? You're gonna make me sit down in the chair to a children's cartoon? Truly, Beyblade, let our hearts rip. R.I.P., dude. R.I.P. Alex Stormbringer, thank you for $5. Sometimes I still think about the classmate that gave me a pity dance at 8th grade graduation. Also, 2 compliments for my beard and smelling nice. She might have just thought you were nice. You can dance with friends and stuff too. You can dance with friends. It might have not been pity. Mo was a tyrant. Thank you for $5. A girl told me that I had a nice butt. Was she flirting with me? You might just have a fantastic ass. It happens. It happens. Like, you know when someone's just like so objectively good looking that you have to acknowledge how good looking they are without it being gay? It happens. That guy who plays Captain America. Fantastic ass. Mendex US, thank you for $5. I had a guy friend say I was cool and good looking and that he was happy to be friends with me. We drifted apart and years later he came out as gay. So does it feel better or worse? Better? Better. Yes. Yes. Umbrella, thank you for $5. A girl at the gym a few weeks ago told me my arm looked bigger than before. That was nice of her. That's sweet. I think you might have been getting hit on. Demonstrous, thank you for $2. So wait, why did you call me sweetie? The same reason grandmas call me sweetie. It's just something you call people, and that's okay. Does it bother you? Evangela Man, thank you for $4.99. So remember the one girl who gave me a diving hug? Maybe talk to her twice. That was definitely a sign of something. That was definitely a sign of something. Silver Dogs, thank you for $4.99. Someone did this to me, so now I have to share my high school. My Hero Academia is just anime sky high. It is. Red Shipley, thank you for 36 months. You called me handsome at FaceCon. That was nice. You guys are really holding on to that stuff, huh? You guys are really... I want to hear about real women, okay? I want to hear about real girls. Just a poor guy, thank you for 17 months. A female colleague said my Academy jelly pen was cute a few months ago. Still think about it from time to time. Aww. We don't get much, okay? You are a real girl. You can't prove that. You can't prove that. You don't know what reality we're in right now. Let's see what else. Fiber Matthew, thank you for 5 months. Oh, Wise Bug of Toronto. I'm 22. Does dating get any easier, or am I cooked? I guess it depends on your living situation and what you are aiming to get out of it. Cooked? Completely cooked? No, I think for guys it's easier as you get older, if anything. I actually, this is an incredibly old fucking person take. This is an incredibly old person take, okay? I, now at my age, watching like my nephews start to date and whatnot, and like obviously like, you know, like I like grew up and like I have friends now who are getting married and very like very long-term relationships. I don't think teenagers should really be allowed to date. I genuinely do not think teenagers should actually be allowed to date like that, because it's just like there's so many emotional highs and lows, and it's very evident to me that they can barely take care of themselves, let alone another person. I'm sure there's like an experience aspect to it, but it's like, if you don't know yourself, how the fuck are you gonna get to know someone else? This isn't even a love thing, but like, I was so careless as a person when I was a teenager. I was like mean. I lacked empathy, you know, like I had so many stupid avoidable fights with my friends because I was in my head going for my own shit growing up. And this is friends, these are girls, right? Like, if anything, I should be able to understand them better. And like, whenever I had a friend break up, it was the most heart-wrenching, like, awful fucking thing that has ever happened to me, you know? So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of a mindset now that like, until you get it together, until you know yourself, like as an adult, and you have a fully developed frontal lobe, I really don't think people should be like getting into relationships like that. Especially, I watch reality TV. I watch a lot of reality TV, okay? And some of these reality TV shows go on very, very long. And you compare season 1 of a cast to season 10, and it's just like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have been making decisions for yourself. You should not have been allowed to make decisions for yourself. Yeah, the fully developed frontal lobe is a misapplication of a research study. Doesn't matter until you get your hormones in check, basically. Yeah, that's why I told myself through high school and never interacting with girls was totally a smart move, and definitely hasn't stranded me in adulthood with no dating skills. I mean, it's different. It's different. I think it's important that you socialize. I was having a whole conversation with Jelly about this. Like, I wish they taught socialization in school. I know that's like half the point of school, but I wish it was an actual class. I do think it's very important to socialize. I don't think that you should be socializing with people with the exclusive goal, especially when you're that young, of dating or finding love, because you're also like super stupid. Okay, kids are fucking dumb. Kids are really fucking dumb. Okay, so like if you're like meeting people and you're just like meeting them for the sake of like, you know, trying to, well, for some I'm sure it's getting laid, but for some I'm sure it's also just like finding your one true love or whatever. Like you're gonna make such an ass of yourself, you know? Like, just make friends, learn how to treat people because you want to know how to treat people because you want to be good to people and you want to see good in the world. I don't think you should be going out of your way to that young, at least, just to, because you want to find love. There's so much out there for you, especially when you're that young. Especially when you're that young, you know? Like, get to know yourself. Find what you're passionate about. Find things that you like. I fucking wish I found things I liked when I was that young. But I was like way too scared of that. I was way too scared of what other people thought. And so I just like, you know? I just never like really got past that as a teenager. And I wish I could like shake my nephew sometimes and I could just be like, oh my god, stop fucking wasting your time with all this bullshit. Like, go read a book. Yeah, we're all in the same boat to some extent, worrying about what other people think is a real mind. They're not babies, you can shake them. They're also not my kids. They're also not my kids. So yeah, if you're 22 and you're having issues dating, that's totally okay. I think you should just work on yourself, find good friends, and like get to know people outside of a romantic context. And you know, like, if it happens, it happens, and it's a wonderful thing. I think that's great. Like, everyone wants love. But if not, like, hopefully you find a lot more self-love than I've ever had for myself. Yeah. What's the good dating age, Ben? I don't know. Whenever you fucking have, like, a job and a career and you're ready to build with someone else. And you have hobbies. And, like, you're happy with yourself. I don't think it's the same for everyone, but I think those are probably really important key aspects. That's so stupid. Maybe, but it's just my opinion. I'm also like kind of jaded and old, I think. Daisy Chain J, thank you for 90 months. People want to feel chosen so bad they forget that they get to choose who is in their life type shit. There's this line in this reality TV show that I'm watching, or I just finished watching, and it's being chosen is not the prize. And I'm just like, oh, that's so deep. But it really isn't. It really isn't. Being treated well, you know, like having people that care for you, genuinely, that is the prize. I think that's really important. Agamanta, thank you for the 22 months. Can't know who is right for you until you're old enough to know yourself. For sure. Crispy, thank you for $10. In high school, a friend of a friend said I was funny and wrote her number in my yearbook and said she'd be mad if I didn't call her. It didn't hit me until decades later that she was hitting on me. It was very explicit, Chris. It was very explicit. You know that reality TV shows aren't reality? You can still fucking learn. Okay, first of all, it's partial. Second of all, you can still learn important lessons from fictionalized content. You know that, right? If anything, most of our morals are developed very early on, probably from some level of fictionalized content. That's what storytelling is, you stupid bitch. But reality TV, but Pokemon. But bears sting bears. And yeah, those are actually good. Don't moralize over TV and what people do for fun in their spare time. If it doesn't hurt anyone, what's the point? IB Grizzly, thank you for $5. Dizzy, I've worked on myself. Now I'm too busy with a life to date at all. Do you feel fulfilled then? Do you feel fulfilled? I think that's what is most important, if you're living a fulfilling life or not. The older you get, the harder it gets. I also just feel like, I don't know, when you're young, it's hard in a different way when you're young. It's hard because you're It is hard because you're retarded. Alright, Lux, thank you for $10. Dizzy called me a stupid bitch. Does that count as a compliment? Yes. Let's see. Kenzie Mako, thank you for $5. I had a girl in my sex ed class in my junior high school year who was 6 months pregnant. I'm sure this is relevant somehow, but we've jumped topics so many times that I'm genuinely looking at the super chat and I'm wondering what? What did you mean by this? Theo Nixco, thank you for 7 months. As an older person, it largely depends on what you're looking for. It's easier to know what you want. There's also additional baggage there. Everyone has baggage, right? I think kids have a lot of baggage too. I don't know. My nephews will definitely have complexes and like issues growing up, especially given like the state of my household. Warboard, thank you for $5. A guy said I reminded him of Luna Lovegood because I was mysterious. You know what? We'll take it. Luna Lovegood is hot. Yeah. Jesse Malco, thank you. Meryl Vine, thank you for $5. I just got back from my second canceled medical test today. The technician who wasn't prepared was a real girl, if that counts. Yes. I will take it. I will take it. Let's see. Wes, thank you for $10. Ignore Dizzy. Have a kid now. Have kids early is the only path to a family. Otherwise, you'll be mid-30s and single for 7+ years. And the only joy is motorcycle trips. Wish me luck. Dizzy, 11-day trips. Dude, honestly, motorcycle trips in your 30s sound pretty fun. Sound pretty fun. I don't know. I also have like I have like relatives who had like kids surprisingly late in their lives. Like I really thought they weren't gonna have children, and then they did. So I think there are enough. I've seen enough cases where it does work out for the better, where I'm not totally jaded. I think I'm also just at the point where like we talk about it and joke about how like lonely it gets, and it does get lonely sometimes, but you know, I have good things in my life too, and I feel like I'm gonna be real. A boyfriend sounds nice, but it would probably take a lot of time away from my yaoi. I have my priorities straight. That's called a sacrifice. Listen, I've been reading a lot of yaoi. Sometimes I read straight shit that kind of seems like yaoi. I don't know if I'm ready to give it up. Some sacrifices are just too great. Exactly. Anyway, since we're on the love talk, I watched a few things this weekend, including the season finale of Love Island USA. Oh my god. Okay. So season finale. We're down to 4 couples, okay? We have Bryce and Trinity, who is my personal favorite couple, okay? They're very fairy tale. They came into the island and like they were describing their types and it was exactly like each other. So like they're very happy. He's also like quite a bit older than the rest of the cast, so his mindset's just different. Everyone else here is just like we're close, but we're not in a relationship. Which what does that fucking mean. Like, this is closed off, but like, it's not a relationship. Like, what? He straight up, and you can tell he's never watched this show because he straight up just like asked her on show, like, will you be my girlfriend? And she was like shocked, and it was amazing. So they're couple number one, okay? They are couple number one. And then couple number two is Carl and Anaya. They're sweet together. We're both clearly from very wealthy families. They're doing fine for themselves. And then we have Kata and Zach, who he's British. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Melanie and Sincere, which unironically his name is Sincere, and he is the guy who has gaslit and given love potion, like literally drugged every single person on this island with love potion, because how has he lied to every single person on the island and somehow they still come out of it and they're just like, you're a good man. You're a good man. And also, he has stolen multiple contestants' clothes. Multiple male contestants. He kept their flip-flops. He kept their flip-flops. His name is Sincere. His name is Sincere, and he's stealing people's flip-flops. Oh my god. What an asshole, what the fuck. Women, am I right? Sincere is a man. That is a man. I'm sorry. This is not a woman, right? No, that is a man. Okay? So anyways, those are the four couples left, and they're horrible because he's lied to her. He's like basically cheated on her, even though they're not officially like in a relationship or anything. He's gaslit her, and he has this way of talking where he's just like, even though I stole your flip-flops, are the flip-flops actually stolen? He basically has no redeeming qualities, yes. And it's like everyone, for some reason, on this island loves him. Not just the women, chat, but other guys love him too, even though he is stealing their shit. They don't realize he's stealing their shit until they're off the island, and then they realize that he's stealing their shit. And then they're like, wait a damn fucking minute. And you know what? They're probably still gonna forgive him at the end of us. I'm telling you, he is a witch. He is a witch, chat. He is a witch. He is not a man. He is not immortal. That is a witch. The name Sincere is his fucking witch name. He is the Sincere Witch. Okay? That is not a man. That is a witch. Bard stats, actually. Anyway, so those are the last four couples on the island. You have to like survive through rounds and rounds of voting, so no one knows how Sincere got it. I'm pretty sure it's because Melanie is really popular and girls really like her, so they were voting for her to stay, so she has a shot of winning $100,000. But like, send that girl home. Send that girl to therapy. Get her some help. Okay, so anyways, those are the last four couples. They sent all these couples on a date. And this is where you know that the producers be scheming, because the fucking budget disparity between the four couples is insane. They recreate the scene from A Princess and the Frog for Anaya and Carl. They make it like super romantic for Bryce and Trinity. Zach and Kata get put in a swamp with sandwiches, like with a staff, like leftover Subway sandwiches. Okay, and then I don't even remember where they sent Melanie and Sincere. They need to send those two home. I guess everyone's home, but like I couldn't even watch their scenes. All I could think of it like was send these two home. I think they got a pizza. Okay, but anyway, so like it was very clear. It was very clear that this is where it stops being a reality show, because it was just like, yeah, they definitely want one of these two other couples to win, and not the thief and not the British guy. Got it. So anyways, we get on these final dates. They have their final revelations, the moments with the couples. Then they all come back together. To keep a long story short, Bryce and Trinity win. And they have this very romantic moment where he's expressing all the things he loves about her to her in front of everyone else on this show. And the most interesting thing is, you should see the facial expression of all the other women. But because he's just like, he's a lover boy to his core. He's just talking about like when he knew he was in love with her, like the feelings he had when they were briefly separated for a week, things like that. Meanwhile, the rest of these girls, all their men except Carl, have acted out at some point on this show. Because that's the whole thing, you know, they're in Fiji, they're on a fucking island, and they're like boosted with alcohol. Of course they're gonna fucking act out. You could see them like staring off into the distance, trying to leave their bodies, or staring daggers at their partners. Meanwhile, this whole beautiful romantic scene is like literally taking place a foot and a half away from them. It was cinema. It was pure cinema. Was it happiness or disgust? It was a look of, get me off of this island. And anyway, so they take home the $100,000. They leave the show. But and it's like a happy ending. But the craziest thing is everyone's families are watching the show. Like, obviously they're there to support their kids, right? As this is all happening, Sincere, who at this point, America knows that he is insincere. America knows that Sincere is a witch. As all that's happening, Sincere's family take to TikTok Live, and they decide to destroy his career by saying bad things, horrible things. They go on the live and they just say horrible things about every girl on the show. And some of the guys, your son just got caught stealing flip-flops. Your son just got caught stealing flip-flops. When he be a wizard? No, that's a witch. That is a witch, okay? Wizard has some sort of positive characteristic, which is bad. I'm so sad the show is over. It was so fun. It was such a good season. I also watched Obsession recently, which was a lot of fun. So I started watching Obsession much later. I watched Obsession because every other Wish Invader watched Obsession. Citrus, thank you for $10. As much as I don't like Sincere and Melanie as a couple, I don't see how they don't make it to top 4. Casey and TT were unpopular because of what happened to Anaya, and Kenzie and Dylan were a hot mess. In hindsight, I kind of like Kenzie and Dylan. I kind of really like Kenzie doing the splits on everything. And I wish I could have seen her in the finale, because she would have started doing the splits. She would have started doing the splits in the swamp. And that would have been pretty cool. Mike Lima, thank you for $5. Hun, I thought the later seasons of Survivor were trash. Love Island seems like triple distilled trash. Exile the producers to Churchill's MB. No, give them money. Give them more money. You gotta pay for that sort of content. Gold. It's pure gold, chat. It's pure gold. Yeah. In hindsight, I wanted Kenzie and Dylan. Even though they aren't a very good couple, I would have wanted them in the finals because Kenzie doing the splits. Anger splitting. Happy splitting. Just doing the splits everywhere. It was so funny. It was so good. Anyways, 10 trillion to the Love Island budget. If they can guarantee me this kind of TV every year, take my money. Take my money. bank splitting would have done numbers. You gotta watch the show. You gotta watch the show. She's kind of an icon. She's so out of touch with reality. She's so insane, but it's like the best kind of car crash. Anger splitting. Imagine being so angry that you immediately flop your pussy to the floor and bounce on it. Around an island. You can't script that, chat. You can't script that. That has to be true. I get it. Part of this is editing. A lot of these shows is editing. You cannot script the angry splits. It's so good. I don't even know how that's even possible. She's very, very bendy. She's very, very good at the splits. Okay, I want to see her. I want to see her in the cheer team next. I rejoined the stream and hear that. Wowza. It's so good. Anyways, I also watched Obsession this weekend, which I only watched because every other girl in Invader's Wish started watching it, okay? Ember and Lumi watched it first, and they kept talking about how good it was, and Jelly watched it, and she said it was really scary, and it kept being brought up in conversation, so I kind of got a bit of FOMO. So I started watching it this weekend, and I was texting them the entire time, so I had someone to talk about the movie with. And I think that I had a very different watching experience. If you don't know, Obsession is this new horror movie that came out earlier in the year. It's relatively new. My first exposure to it was shitty TikTok ads, and I'm so used to consuming slop on TikTok, I just assume everything I see on that app is garbage, right? I think Jelly only talked about that one frame that got turned into a meme from that show. There's a meme to it? I haven't seen it around. Everyone's been raving about it. Okay. I think it's a good movie. I think Obsession was a pretty okay movie. It is definitely a comedy. Obsession is funny. Obsession was really funny to me. Like, this is spoilers. This is all spoilers, right? But they play with lighting in a lot of ways that is very smart. Like, it's a beautifully shot film, right? So that the movie monster, which isn't really the movie villain, if you get what I mean. Like, it's a monster, but it's not really the monster. It's always portrayed in a way that makes it very obvious, like, that this is something inhuman. Like, every time you see, like, a lot of the time you see it dimly lit in a corner of a dark room or something, and every time that would happen, I just start screaming, "Stealth! She's stealthing! Stealth!" Or, "Oh my god, it's literally me." Like, I can't count the amount of times I've just stood in the door watching Lumi and Ember while they sleep. So I get it. I totally get the horror aspect. I totally get the commentary of this movie. But it was a very different experience to me, because I think I was like a little spoiled by my friends, obviously. And admittedly, I still think it's a very good film. So if you haven't, check it out. But it was it is a film that is most effective if you go in blind. And if you're not a voyeur. Patrick Bateman, tier bad, literally me. They're fine with it. They see me. And I see them sleeping. They know when I'm awake. And I know if they've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. This is is why I love horror. Everyone has such different experience because of your own life experience. She wakes up at 5 a.m. just to stare at us lovingly, affectionately. And if you're still asleep, then it's totally fine because you don't notice. But if you're awake, then there's issues because why haven't you gone up for breakfast yet? Because I'm hungry. Yes. I totally relate to the monster's a wild take, not gonna lie. I mean, like, I do the same thing. I literally just stand there and watch them sometimes. It's normal. But, oh my god, the female lead, I think her name is like Indy, I might mispronounce this, Navarrete. She's so pretty, chat. She's actually so pretty. She's perfect. Literally, why can't it be me? She's so pretty. I felt very similarly about the actress that played Lana Lang in Smallville. She's wonderful. She is so pretty. She's a streamer. That's what Lumi taught me. I gotta go watch some streams, you know? But she's really good. She's actually like a fantastic facial actress. Oh my god. I gotta check out her other films, her other portfolio work. But yeah, I don't know if I don't watch movies very often, and I don't know if this makes me a bad person or not, but when I watch movies, even if the acting is like incredible, if I personally do not feel like they are a very good visual fit for the role, it sort of ruins the experience for me. Like, it's so bad to say because I know a lot of the times it doesn't really affect the story, but it's probably why I prefer animated cartoons so much, because there's nothing to really compare to. Like, when I look at a cartoon, I am like, okay, yes, this is the continuity, this is what the character looks like in this continuity, it's fine. But like Superman, for example, that's probably the last movie I watched before this. Superman, the casting was like so off-putting to me, because I get that spiritually sometimes Lex Luthor is a twink, right? But visually Lex Luthor has never been a twink to me. So like, why did they cast this twink? I'm just... Lex needs to be bald. He is bald, but he's also like 40 pounds soaking wet. And so I can't take him seriously as a villain. Lex Luthor is a bald 40-something-year-old not tolerating anything else. Yeah. If he's not bald, he's not Lex. There is a phase where Lex Luthor is allowed to have hair. And that is pre-Superman. You can suspend your disbelief more easily with animation too. It's the superior medium, unironically. I heard a rumor that they are experimenting with getting 2D animation back into Disney. Like, there's like a team. They got a team together. They got a team, and they're training people up now to animate in the same style as old Disney. Yeah, there is a 3D animated Disney film coming to theaters in 2027, and they announced that before the movie, they're going to show an animated short called Stitch and Snitch or something. It's a cat. It's a story about Stitch from Lilo and Stitch bringing home a cat, and then the cat ruining his life. That's a whole thing, and it's drawn in the original like 2D animation of Lilo and Stitch. And apparently the rumor is this is a project by the elite team that they are training for 2D animation, and we're kind of using it to test the waters to see if this is going to be popular and profitable. So that's very interesting, but it's been a while since we've gotten a 2D Disney film, so We will see. It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard to make 2D profitable is the main thing. Imagine Disney dipping their toes into 2D animation crazy. It's a money thing. You're just calling it like what it is. It's money. Hopeful for animation, but plot has to be 50-50. That's the unfortunate reality though, is like even if it's shit, if you don't support it, 2D animation is so in the gutter that not supporting something because it's bad writing can actually just like fucking obliterate the industry. Is Disney old enough to own a VHS copy of an animated Disney film? How young do you think I am? Maybe kids will like it because it's new and different for them. Maybe. They have like Sora AI slot, right? Master, do you think $2 by real monster you mean you blame Bear, right? Yeah, no shit, he's a fucking idiot, chat. Also, way to spoil the film. Ooh, consequence of my own actions! Ooh! The fuck? The fuck? Dude, like he broke the first, like he broke one of the first Aladdin rules. The fuck? Has he never seen Aladdin? He didn't know it was cursed? I'm sorry you didn't watch Aladdin growing up. Come on, chat. Be careful what you wish for. Get it together! Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, man. Come on. The Monsters only took Disney several unsuccessful LA remakes. I think the bigger issue is they haven't had a successful 3D animation in a minute. I think Encanto might have been considered successful, but I haven't actually looked at the financials behind it. Yeah. Dizzler, Fishman can get my money and everyone in Hollywood could be homeless for all I care. I mean, aren't they already? It's Hollywood. Have you seen LA? Jesus Christ, guys. Not even watching Aladdin. That's fairy tales warning. That was best. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe we're too young. Maybe we're too young. Has there been a remake of Aladdin yet? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why that movie went horribly wrong. Yes? Okay, then they have no fucking excuse, Ben. Then Bear has no fucking excuse. He's literally an idiot. If you didn't watch Aladdin or have a live action adaptation of Aladdin and you make a stupid wish, that is 100% you. That is 100% you. Yeah, but that's basically all I've been up to recently. That's real. Oh my god, yeah, apparently I need to go watch this live action. I won't. Bear got skill issued. It's an education issue. It's an education issue. You know where I first watched Aladdin? At school. Okay? You know what kids are probably watching nowadays in class? I don't actually know. I'd have to ask my nephew that. I feel like I feel like Ted is really popular in school for some reasons. I might be dated with that reference. TikTok, nothing. They don't show movies in school anymore. Is that not a thing? Insect Devil, thank you for $2. Speaking of movies, Evil Dead Rising is so boring. I've never watched any of it, Evil Dead, but you're probably right. I never cared for Disney. From a technical perspective, a lot of their early stuff is like really beautiful and amazing. I like some stuff. What's my favorite Disney movie? Probably Lilo and Stitch, unironically. That's a really good one. It's really cute. I like Toy Stories. That's Pixar, I guess. Disney Pixar, maybe. But I don't want to watch Toy Story 5 because I hear it's a super sexual movie. I hear it's just like mad horny. And that's pretty concerning to me. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's like very gratuitous. And for kids, yes. Maybe that's just you. Okay, you, Uncas Lunkus, you go watch Toy Story 5. And you come back and tell us how it is. Thank you. Is Treasure Planet Disney? Oh, I don't know actually. Treasure Planet's good. Treasure Planet's like objectively good. What else? I like... Mulan's pretty good, I guess. Mulan's pretty good. Hercules! Hercules is really fun, actually. Hercules was really good. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that I've rewatched a lot, but it's been such a long time. Yeah. Cusco's Disney. I liked the TV show more than the movie, weirdly enough. A lot of the Disney TV shows that were based on films were actually surprisingly funny. Held up really well. Yeah. And now I don't even know if they do cartoons anymore. I know they had Amphibia a few years ago, and they had Owl House, I think was Disney XD. But Disney XD is like grossly mistreated. Star versus the Forces of Evil, which is a very unfortunate cartoon, and Wander Over Yonder, I think those are the last ones I can remember. Wander over yonder, wander over yonder. I'm clearly fucking stunted in my development. There was a Buzz Lightyear TV spinoff that they did in the early 2000s. That show was so dope. Ooh, I feel like I know what the one you're talking about. Did you see what they did to Kim Possible? Are they rebooting it? Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Star vs. Started great, but apparently it developed in later seasons. I watched the whole thing. And I was super invested in it for a period of time, and that ending was possibly the worst ending I've ever seen in television. And I watched How I Met Your Mother. And I think that says a lot about me. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was like, I don't know, the thing about TV is a lot of the series that are good and like do well are long running, so it's almost inevitable that they go to shit, but like Star vs. The Forces of Evil and How I Met Your Mother are exceptional in how bad they were at the end. The reboot of DuckTales, I liked that actually. I haven't watched the full thing. I did watch a 3-hour summary video of The Dragon Prince on Netflix because at some point I started that and then I never got back into it, and it's been so hard because it's kind of ugly. Turns out, yeah, I didn't miss out on much. It's very bad. It's very bad, and they made 5 seasons of it. Dragon Prince was slaughtered. I don't think it was ever good. That's shocking. Stellar Spire, thank you for $5. Time to shove a Buzz Lightyear of Star Command cartoon. It's really good. Zerg was hilarious in it. I know that one. Alex Stormbringer, thank you for for $5. I am tired of shows getting rid of magic. Why would you get rid of magic? But magic makes it special. Kids want magic. I want magic. I'm trying to think of the last magic. Oh, you mean at the end? I'm sure it means something. I don't know. Like, ooh, this is what growing up is type shit. Curse Crystal, thank you for 27 months. Star versus the Foe Forces of Evil kind of conditioned me into liking feisty, strong-willed women like Hekapu. Kind of a way how I started watching Phase with Tenma. I don't know how to react to this comment. I'm glad you found what you like and what works for you, chat. Yeah. Yeah. I would live happier if I never heard of the Kim Possible movie. Oh. So you have to bring it into my chat, huh? They announced another reboot of MLP. We'll see if it's any good. I actually liked MLP. The fan base is a terrible, terrible mess. The best way to enjoy cartoons is do not engage with the fandoms for them. That's my advice. That's my advice. If you find yourself engaging in those fandoms, do yourself a favor and go enjoy a day on the deck. A day on the deck. Go look at some dogs, groundhogs, and whatever. What else? That is my life advice. Yes. Bronies were scourged in the 2010s and now nobody cares. It's great. Well, they still do, I think, get a fair bit of merch and stuff, but it's hard to keep IPs like that alive for a long time, especially if there's no new content. Talk to some birds. It'll do you some good. True. Anyways, thank you guys so much for yapping with me. I've been going for 2 hours now, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but I will be back tomorrow with 2 streams. I'll do a member stream, probably talk about some more serious stuff, and then what else? Oh, we're playing Power World. I attempted this back in the day when it was first released, but I didn't get that much out of Power World. The concept of Pokemon with guns is not that extraordinary to me because I grew up on Digimon. So I'm going to start 1.0. I'm gonna do it alone so that I don't get fucking railroaded by the tryhards in my company. You know who you are. So I'll see you guys then. Agamanta, thank you for $10. Until next time, I'll miss you. Bye bye.